Welcome to the Contrarians and to the Contrarians live chat. We are live. It's Wednesday. The topic for tonight: one-hit wonders, the good, the bad, the ugly. So let's get started. Welcome to the Contrarians, and yes, you heard it. We are doing one-hit wonders, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So the panels are here. Todd Evans, Jamie Laszlo, and Peter Kerr. We're just going to, well, you know what we do here. We do want to hear from you, so in the comments, we do want to hear about your one-hit wonders, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go... Well, we're going to do two. We're going to do a good and a bad and just go around the horn until we're done. So anyway, gentlemen, nice to see you. How are you?
Hi, very good. Thanks.
All right.
Well,
happy Thanksgiving
Happy Thanksgiving. So I'm just going to go as I see it. Todd Evans, Jamie Laszlo, Peter Kerr, and me. We're going to go around. We'll do it in an hour, and let's start off. Todd, what's your first choice?
My first choice is a band called Bourgeois Tag. I think I'm saying that right. And the song I Don't Mind at All. This is from 1987. That peaked on the US Hot 100 at number 38. It was on the chart for 17 weeks. Produced by Todd Rundgren. The band consisted of Brent Bourgeois and Larry Tagg, hence the name. And then also included drummer Michael Urbano and guitarist Lyle Workman. So a bunch of guys who knew what they were doing. This song is not written by Todd Rundgren, although it's produced by him. But you would think he wrote it because there's that one line where he says, "But I'm smart enough to know," where he sings it just like Todd would sing it. And you think he must have just hit the button and said, "Sing it like this." Yeah. But great song, great harmonies, really nice arrangement, and just great. It just sparkles. It's a really good song. And so
I saw them open for Heart.
Did you really?
Look at you, Jamie. Good. Nice.
I saw them play in one of Todd's touring bands, Brent and Larry.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah. Weren't they in the band like in 89?
They've been in a couple of them, but I saw them for the Individualist tour, which is weird because that's pretty much just Todd solo. But the band that he had was Brent and Larry, and it might have had Lyle Workman in it too.
I'm pretty sure that they played in Nearly Human, but I don't quote me.
No, I think they did. I think you're right.
I think they did. All right.
So I've seen them a couple of times. There
Excellent.
You go. Okay.
Excellent. What's your not
bad?
So good?
And I would say Don't Hate Me, but I hate this song so much. I don't care if you hate me. Blind Melon, No Rain. Oh my God. Terrible, terrible voice. Holy cow. I hate that guy's voice. The lyrics are dumb. The end of the song just kind of stumbles, and it's so annoying. And it was on the US Hot 100 number 20. It was on the chart for 23 weeks. And I can remember hearing it on alternative radio and being amazed that it charted on the Hot 100. But I know a lot of people really like that song. A lot of people really like that band. But oh my gosh, it's like fingernails on the chalkboard for me.
You never got accustomed to it at all, right?
No.
Never. Even the follow-up record.
No, I didn't.
Not even the whimsical film clip, Todd.
No, especially not the whimsical film clip.
The girl in the Bumblebee outfit. No?
No.
All right, Todd. Well,
you're a hard man, Todd.
I knew I wasn't going to make any friends with that one.
That's all right.
Yeah, well.
Marker.
Yeah, I get it. All right, Jamie Laszlo, let's throw it over to you.
All right, I'm just going to go in the order that I wrote them down.
All right, that'll work for me.
I'm going to go with the good. An album that I never owned. I had a roommate that had it. I remember the album not being too bad. I should own it. You would think I owned it. Four Non Blondes.
Oh,
What's up? Pretty good song. My wife always thought it was Cher until she met me 20 years ago, and I had to tell her, no, it's Four Non Blondes. And here's the thing with this band. I remember in 1993, pretty sure it was 93, saw them in an interview on MTV, and the lead singer was sitting there with her big hat. And I remember her saying, "We are not a one-hit wonder. And I remember saying, I'm going to make a mental note of that, honey. Now it's up to you guys to prove me wrong.
Yep.
Well, they never had another hit. But here's the thing with the song.
Mm-hmm.
It gets played at sporting events. Once you start getting played at sporting events, man, your song lives on forever. Normally when refs are reviewing a play, seeing what's up, trying to find out where to place the ball, or if there really was a intentional whatever, they play what's up, what's going on. So good for them. As long as they play them at football games, that song will be more well known in 20 years than the whole discography of Led Zeppelin. All you gotta do is get that one.
Jamie, that's quite a statement. But
20, 30 years. If they're still playing it at football games, 20, 30 years when we're all on our last leg and the newcomers don't know Led Zeppelin from whatever. All right. The bad.
Oh, no. Okay. Here we go.
Come, my lady. Come, my lady. You're my butterfly. Sugar, baby. Crazy Town. Butterfly. Awful song, right?
Oh, good God.
And it's an awful album. And you might say, Laszlo, how do you know the whole album is awful? Because I bought the damn thing. That's on me. That's on this guy. All right. I was confused in 99. I lost my way. I bought this douchey thing. I do keep it in my douche rock section. But yes, even if you look at the guys, oh God, everything about this is so bad. I'm ashamed. It's maybe the number one CD that I'm most ashamed that I own more than the first Limp Bizkit album. But it's bad. It's you know what? When I do play it though, even though it's horrible, I kind of laugh with it. It's not like it's like I giggle. Like that is so terrible. So
well, I'm not judging you because I don't think I've ever even heard it. So
Total Blitz Rock.
Yeah, I don't mind that song. That was a big hit over here. I don't know.
Well, if I heard it, I probably would recognize it, but
maybe
it was off my radar. So, all right, Jamie, that's good. Let's look at the comments here. Let's see what is happening. Oh, Aces A Cult of Personality. There you go. OMC, how bizarre. Well, that might be, I don't know. That might
New Zealand.
Stay tuned.
That might come up. There's a lot of great disco one-hit wonders. Yeah, but I don't think you'll hear anything tonight. Though what I've chosen goes way back. I will give you that. Happily, I can honestly say.
Well, that may continue.
How did you never hear Blind Melon? That was everywhere.
All right, D Rocker, sniffing the tears, driver's seat. Is that great or is that bad? On my list, that's a great track. Best one-hit wonder, Sugar. Well,
the number one song when I was born.
Butch, I have a feeling that stars will be showing up tonight. I will say that. Head East, never been any reason. Is that good or bad? Everybody in the comments, if you're making a comment, we need to know if it's good or bad. That's think never been any reasons. Classic, excellent. D Rocker, looking. That's another excellent one. Yep. All right. Well, we'll get back to everybody. I'm going to try to do my best to get to you, but we have to keep it moving. So let me get out of this. It's hard to do everything at once. All right. So we're going to throw it over to Peter Kerr. Peter Kerr, what are your choices?
Right. Well, this song, I think any cover band that plays a little bit of funk or disco has covered this song. And I'm talking about Play That Funky Music by Wild Cherry. Yep. So this went to number 1 in US in 1976 and gone. Didn't hear any more from them.
That was it.
I like it. It's an ass shaker. If a band plays it, you get on the dance floor and it just sounds kind of live. I think the performance is great and I can understand why it was a number 1 hit. So I'm in the camp that I love this song.
I agree. It's classic funk. I mean, it still stands up. They still play this. So Yeah, it's a great choice.
When I was in the 7th grade, a girl I liked bought me that 45 for Christmas. So
of course,
I've always liked it for that reason.
I love it. No, it's
Peter.
It's one of the Peter. It's one of those tracks you can play, and I never get tired of it.
No, I think it holds up pretty well.
Yeah,
pretty well. All right, now the bad. I'm going to throw an Australian band under the bus, unfortunately. I like this band, but I don't quite like this song. And I'm talking about Pseudo Echo with Funky Town. So I never grooved on the original, which was 1980, Lip Sync. Only has 3 notes in the whole damn song. And what did Pseudo Echo do? They bring in guitars, a little bit of out-of-tune singing, and it's just got no funk whatsoever. I don't like this at all. And this was a #1 hit in Australia for like 3 months, and I got sick of it. I hate it. So I think it went top 10 in the US, and love the band, but just do not like this song, Funky Town by Pseudo Echo.
I get it. That's a good one. That's a good choice. I don't know. We'd like to hear from you in the chat. Give us your thoughts. I don't know. All right. Well, I'm up, ladies and gentlemen. So I will go on record. I think this is like one of my favorite songs from the 70s. A band that only had 1 hit. They tried, ladies and gentlemen, but it never came apart. I'm going to go with Stars, Cherry Baby, which I do believe is a power pop classic. I still hear this song and I love it. Now, there's one thing. If you've heard the 45 version of this, it is a different mix than the LP version. The 45 version is far superior. And as far as I know, the 45 version has never been released digitally ever. Check out the 45 version. I'm sure it's on YouTube. God only knows. But I think it's great. Freaking love Cherry Baby. So, all right. Now, this is where it's going to get a little bit hairy because, and I think Todd Evans already knows where I'm going with this. Our fine colleague, Jamie Laszlo, mentioned 4 Non-Blondes. I think that this is one of the worst tracks ever on the planet.
Yep.
And I love Jamie Laszlo as a human. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a fine, upstanding fellow Ohioan.
That's a good song.
Say that. No, it's absolutely hideous. What's the chick's name that sang it?
Linda Perry.
Oh, absolutely hideous.
It sounds like cats in an alleyway.
Sounds like
Screeching.
a cat in an alleyway. And I'm not picking on Jamie. I love Jamie, but what is it about it that you really like other than they play it at sporting events?
Oh, I don't care if they play it at sporting events.
Well, what is it about it that's so great? Because I think there are more than one person on this panel that may pick this.
You can't always explain the details of why you like a song.
I just wondered.
I agree with you. It's unexplainable.
I have some comments that I'm going to save for later, but I just want to say that one thing, if I had to put on my positive hat, I'd have to say that it is definitely a what's the word I'm looking for? Soulful. That's not the right word. It's an impassioned vocal.
Is that the word you're looking for?
I don't like the vocal, but it has a lot of passion in it.
It's a very 90s vocal style. You had other bands kind of sounding like that.
I think the word is overwrought.
That's another word too.
Right.
Cranberries-ish, another band I'm going to bring up in a little bit.
I don't know if Cranberries was so much overwrought. I don't know. This is why
most people I know like it, and I saw your all facial expressions when I brought it up. I'm like,
no, I know. I damn near had a hemorrhage.
Trying to be so polite.
Well, it created Linda Perry, and she's a hit maker, isn't she?
She writes songs, but
she is. But I looked at her list of hits, and they're not like hits that. Well, I would say that they're not like hits that I know, which means nothing. But they're not like monster hits.
What's going on?
I want to say that this is all in fun. So I'm not picking on Jamie.
I don't care. I don't care.
I do want to hear from you in the chat. What's your thoughts on 4 9? Say it really fast. what a stupid name. 4 non-blondes, what's up? It's like,
is it any worse than Crash Test Dummies or anything else that came out?
It is not. I will give you that.
Yeah, you're right. That's dumb too. All right, so let us know in the chat, and I will bring it up. We will discuss it. Now I'm all on a tangent. Now I don't even know where I left off because all right, Peter, are we still on you?
No, Tom.
No, you went after Peter.
That was me.
That was you.
That was your song.
Just pick any order. We'll make it up as we go along.
Hey, if you
whatever
guys
square you want to go to.
If you gentlemen can keep me together.
We got you.
We got me. All right. So Todd, well, let's look at the chat. Let's look at the chat real quick.
Oh, we got 40 minutes. Here we go.
In round
John,
one, the music 20. Nut. What's up was beat to death back in the day, but I like it now. Well, John, you have no taste. John Stewart, Gold. Is that good or bad? People, I need to know if it's good or bad.
That's a good song.
I think it's great because it's also got Lindsay.
Stevie Nicks on backup vocals.
Yeah,
it's very much in the Fleetwood Mac family, that one.
All right. Godley and Cry. Good or bad, Logan?
Yes, that's a good one.
I never liked that one.
I like it, but I could see how somebody could pick it as bad.
Well, Marlon, if it is subjective, but I want you to come back with what you don't like about it. It's all good. It's all in fun, for God's sakes, everyone. Well, DJ doesn't like whatever song they're talking about, so DJ is really expressing himself.
Tell us how you really feel.
Nicely. All right. All right, John. Focus, Hocus Pocus. Good or bad? I think it's great.
Good.
Both.
Good. There you go.
Thank you.
You get it. It's great. I love it. All right. Aces 8. Rapper's Delight. Sugar Hang.
That's a good song.
It is great. Mm-hmm. It still
stands
up. D-Rock or Brownsville Station, Smoking the Boys.
Reminds me of Motley Crue. Forget
it.
All right, here.
The Motley Crue version first.
Mr. Frickin' Frackin' Vanilla Ice. Ice Baby
agreed.
Is shit. And that may come up. I don't know. I have no idea, but it might come up. John the Music Nut. We love to pick. Oh, here's one. No, that one's great. Soft Cell, Tainted Love, great.
That's their career.
Nick Guild or Hot Child in the City.
I almost picked that one as bad.
Oh, you don't think it's
Sorry.
You think it's bad. That's all right.
I don't really have much of a case. That's why I didn't pick it.
No, I know we're keeping it loose, Jesus. This is like a train wreck. But Todd, when I was a kid, when that came out, I thought it was horrible. But now as I listen to it now, I'm going, well, it's not.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs like that.
It's not too bad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will keep going. It's fun. I love it. All right. Now I have to trace where I was. Okay. Todd Evans, what's your next choice? What's your next two?
Well, my next good choice is the Buggles' Video Killed the Radio Star. Not only because I like both Trevor Horn and Jeff Downs, but this song only got to number 40 in the U.S. It spent 10 weeks on the chart. It got higher in other countries. Song is definitely topical for sure. Probably a year or two ahead of what happened in the world. It was co-written by a guy named Bruce Willey, and there is a Bruce Willey version, which is also good. I think so. I think that's right. And I've always thought that I wouldn't have used, this is what I thought ever since it came out. I wouldn't have used the female vocals on the chorus. I would have rather heard Trevor Horn sing that in his regular unprocessed voice. But I read something a couple of days ago, and I thought this was interesting. They said that maybe that some people think that the reason why it was so popular is that it sounds like a commercial jingle. And I think that the female vocals are what make it sound like that. And that's probably part of the key to its success, is that people could just remember it. But I love that song. And the whole album is great. They have 2 albums. All of both albums are great. So,
yeah. I can't argue with that.
Great pick.
So what's your bad?
So the bad, we talked, it's already come up already. OMC, how bizarre. I've got a couple of things to say about this. It's a sad, weak sounding arrangement. The band is actually, OMC stands for Otara Millionaires Club, which I didn't realize that. They're from New Zealand. And that vocalist, that in my notes I have annoying accent. What is it? I mean, I guess it's a New Zealand accent. I'm not sure.
It is.
But the way he says destination unknown has always annoyed me. The lead singer, unfortunately, his name was Polyfumana, I think that's how you say that. He died in 2010 at the age of 40. He had a chronic degenerative disease.
Wow.
That song was only got to number 40 in the US, and it only had 1 week in the top 40. So it barely qualifies. But what I remember the most about it is that I lived in Los Angeles in 97 when that came out, and the KROQ, the famous radio station, used to do this thing where I think it was right after the morning show. It was like at lunchtime or something like that. And they used to call it acoustic or almost acoustic or something like that. And they would have a band that was hot come on and play live in the studio. But OMC showed up completely unrehearsed and hadn't worked out what they were going to do. And they started playing How Bizarre, and they just sort of winged it. And those DJs talked about that performance for weeks. It was so bad. And they were like, how could they come on the radio and just think that they were just going to wing it? And so for people like me who don't like that song, I found that pretty funny.
Well, you know what I think, Todd? Based on the album cover and the song and their career, they were put together in a lab.
Yeah. And
they weren't really a band, or I'm not even sure if they're musicians. I don't know. This is like the era of Milli Vanilli, for God's sake. So I don't know.
They existed for a couple of years after they had their big hit as just that one guy. So yeah, that's probably true.
That was a huge hit
really
in
play.
Australia and New Zealand. It was like the national anthem that year. So,
I'll bet. I always bugged me that it was almost OMD. I think that's the thing that I hate most about it.
Yeah,
it's just almost there.
Almost there.
Yeah, I don't like this. I remember this track, and thank God I haven't heard it in years. So
I never heard it.
And
Good
Jamie, you
Jamie.
are living a better life because you avoided
Oh
it.
yeah, looking at that album cover, I know I am.
Let me look.
That face he's making is what it sounds like.
Looks like he's getting ready to. Well, he's having a
Sort of a hemorrhoid ad.
That's what I was going to say. Oh my God, the Parish of Rock is here. Hawkwind, Silver Machine is good.
Are they a one hit?
I don't know if even Hawkwind even had a hit.
I didn't think they ever had a hit.
Hey.
Parish, I think I don't know what you're doing, Parish. One Night in Bangkok, Murray Head.
Now, see, that's another one that I think is good and bad. It's both.
Right.
Why do you say
which part?
Which part?
Because it's kind of catchy and it kind of gets under your skin, but it's also.
But you realize it's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
I like the start of it.
I don't care.
I like the start.
All right,
Yeah,
Jan
it's a good
says
start.
M pop music. Gentlemen, what do you think of that?
No comment.
That's good. That's brilliant. It's a genius song.
Billy Paul, Me and Mrs. Jones.
Never heard
All
of
right.
it.
Oh, well, it is great. The only thing that Billy Paul ever did, well, he had an album.
It's a great vocal on that song, though. It's
a
amazing
great
that he didn't
vocal.
have more
I
hits.
didn't know he was the one who sang it.
All right, here we go. Here we go, everybody. Dan, hit me with your rhythm stick, Ian Duren.
Genius.
Yeah,
That's a genius song. Genius song.
Jamie Laszlo, you know that one?
No, what's that from like 78 or something?
Close, 79 or 80.
79,
Something like
80.
that.
Classic new wave
78,
track.
79, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Right.
The
there,
Injury.
Classic.
A little bit out of
Genius.
my wheelhouse at the time.
All right. The Vapors, Turning Japanese, Rock
Annoying.
So Hard. Just
Yeah, I
joined,
almost picked that too.
So not sure if I mentioned. Hey, Michael, thanks for joining. Glad to have you. Gentlemen, what do you think of the Vapors, Turning Japanese?
I think it's a great song.
I think it's
it's
freaking
annoying.
great.
Yep.
So-
Power
In
pop,
fact-
punky, and they've just reunited.
Yep.
I only play
The whole
one
album's
song.
pretty
but they
good,
reunited.
if I remember it right. I
All
know
right.
it's a long time.
I'm looking through these. I'm trying to get through them. Everybody's on fire tonight. But what do you think of Ram Jam Black Betty?
Great.
Great song.
Both. Again.
Both. Okay. It depends how you look at it.
Yeah.
All right. I get it. All right. God, I got to stop because we have to keep going. But
Yeah. I'm going to try to hurry up if
Eddie-
you want to be done by 8.
I'm working on it. I know, but everybody in the chat is bringing bringing.
Oh,
it.
there's
I
a ton
can't
out
talk.
there.
All right, Eddie Grant, Electric Avenue.
It's great.
Logan, you're all over it. All right. Next, Jamie Laszlo. I believe you're next.
All right, going back to the 90s, hanging around downtown by myself. I had so much time. Marcy Playground, Sex and Candy. Great song, less than 3 minutes long. The whole album is actually pretty good. Poppies is another good song.
Yeah,
and I love the line, like Disco Lemonade. I don't know what Disco Lemonade is, but I love the way that they put those two words together. It almost sounds like an elaborate color of a Crayola crayon. Disco Lemonade. You guys are acting like you don't know that song.
Oh, I
think
it's a great song.
I used to hate it, and now I like it.
All right. Bad.
All right.
The Electric Slide or Electric Boogie. What's her name? Marcia Griffith? Terrible.
Okay.
The song that haunted me in bars for over 20 years. People did not get tired of the Electric Slide. They didn't get tired of doing the Electric Slide. I'm sure old people are still doing it at weddings while their kids face palm. It's
old people.
So stupid. I was like 21. I was actually underage in bars when this came out, and I would look at people going, what enjoyment are you getting from this? So
I have a good friend who's a DJ, and I remember him saying, oh God, I got to buy that stupid record.
Now I have a question because I don't know. When people say the Electric Slide, this is the Electric Slide.
Yes. The electric.
Oh, look. There goes the balloons. There you go. Timing's everything.
Celebration time.
It's
I've never heard this song. I should look it up. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. I didn't know that was really the Electric Slide. All right. Good enough. All right, Jamie, what's next?
I did my two.
You did your two. Jesus.
Yeah.
You guys have to keep me together. It's hard to run the whole damn thing. All right, Peter Kerr.
All right. Venus. Shocking Blue. I love this song. And I hated the Bananarama version in the 80s, but because it got played to death, but I don't mind it now because I don't hear it that often. But this was a little bit of a mini Dutch explosion. You had a lot of bands that were playing like George Baker TV set and Shocking Blue. So Venus, I think it's really cool.
Great. I think it's a classic.
Yep.
And I even like the Bananarama version, both of them. It's just something about that song. It's classic. So I like it.
All right. Warning. This song is terrible. Charlene, I've never been to me. I cannot describe how awful this song is. So this was a song that went number one all around the world. You listen to the lyrics. It just doesn't make any sense. They're narcissistic. It's self-indulgent. And it's just everything that's wrong about easy listening pop music. This is the sort of song they would play to people in prison and try to torture them. It's that bad. Guatemala Bay, they would play this and try to get them to confess. They'd just say, stop. I don't want to hear anymore. I'll give you an example. There was a show in Australia called Countdown, Meg, and all the kids in the audience they'd do a countdown of the top 10. When it got to number one and it said, and the number one is Charlene, the audience would boo. So,
well, how did it get to number one? What was it about?
Elderly ladies.
Corruption, I think.
Blue rinse set. The blue rinse set. People who listen to easy listening music, but this is easily the worst one-hit wonder of all time.
You know, when I was doing the graphics, I was trying to find the damn thing, and
it's not even major label. I don't think. I mean, I feel like there's a place for easy listening on the chart, and I kind of feel like it's missing these days. But I think that helped kill it.
Yeah,
it did. So. You guys are familiar with this song? Because
no, I've never heard it
forever.
Yeah, I haven't heard it.
Anyway.
All right. Excellent.
That's my bad.
Super. All right. Well, I'm going to go with a great track. And this might have started the whole new wave scene, but this is the only I can't speak for the rest of the continent, the country, the world. But I am going to go with Gary Newman, Cars. In the States, it was the only hit he ever had. But for God's sakes, what a great track. This pretty much started new wave, I think, because this is 79. So that's pretty early. But it's great. I never get tired of it. It's catchy. And he wrote it in 15 minutes, from what I understand. But I even like the whole record. But I think this is the catchiest thing on it. So I can see why it was a hit. So
it's
love
a genius
it.
song, isn't it, Todd?
Genius.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things I love about that album, I've talked to Peter about this before, is that all the songs have one word titles. And I love that. And now every time I see another artist do that, like there are some metal bands that do that, I absolutely love it. I think, it's just like Pleasure Principle. I love one word titles.
Yeah.
Was he
just to readdress, was he a one hit in US?
In the US, he was.
Did that chart? Yeah, okay.
It did chart. I don't know what it charted at, but that was it for Gary Newman.
Yeah. Here. In the UK, he was like the next Bowie. He was sort of like, he had a run of about 3 or 4 albums that went to #1, and he was like the new Messiah. And then his ego got the better of him and it went all crashing down. But he's sort of come back, and people like Depeche Mode and Trent Reznor, lauded him, and he's got a whole new career. So,
all right,
as an industrial guy.
Yeah, that's good. All right. My bad. No one picked this. And you know what? I got to my 4, and I'm really struggling to find my 5th one, because in all honesty, it has to be pretty bad. Well, this is bad because this is like a Asia ripoff. Yeah, it sounds like Steve Howe, but I'm going to go with GTR.
I almost picked that.
I can't stand it.
It's terrible.
It's a terrible album, but
it is terrible album, terrible single. I can't hear. I don't even know how to put it into words. The vocals sound like they're just. If we had AI back in 1986, this would be a vocalist created with AI.
I must be on the opposite side of everything.
Go ahead.
I don't mind this song.
I enjoy the song.
Oh, I think it's
not the whole album.
I think it's a piece of shit.
There's worse on the album. This is one of the better songs. Yeah.
Okay, if you're looking at the whole album, obviously they're going to put the single out as the better song, but this is not good. This is like
I still don't like it.
Asia Light, and Asia was we know what Asia was. I like Asia, but I don't dig this. And
I remember the Rolling Stone review for this when it first came out. It was GTR, and the review was just SHT.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think it's horrible. Now, if Rand Kelly was here, he would be all glowing. He'd be all shiny. He loves everything. But this is like horrible commercial slop. There's no soul to it at all. So I'll leave it.
Might have to do an In Defense show soon. Yeah.
Well, maybe, but
anyway.
I don't get it. But there are worse songs in my list, so I was struggling to find this. Well, here we are. All right, Todd. Well, let's look and hold on. What time is it? Oh, okay.
We should probably move.
Huh?
You want to move ahead, or you just?
We're gonna move. Let me look at some comments real quick. Steve Poleri, There She Goes the Lost, brilliant. Right. Semisonic close. See, I'm just making I'm just going to give the stamp of approval right here. Semisonic closing time is great. Huh?
I heard that in Kroger the other week.
Your thoughts?
Closing time.
Good? No?
It's on my nerves now.
Yeah, I don't like it.
All right, here we go. David XX, rock on. Gentlemen?
I'm not a
little
fan.
Repetitive.
I think it's all right. Oh, here we go. Peter, I might join you on that GTR. Well, let me... All right, John, I might have to ban you. Roxy Roller by Sweeney Todd. Holy crap. Let's go really obscure.
Good on you.
Well, Byron, we never said you had any taste. Here we go. Great song. Sheila by the Producers. Great power pop track, Scott. You were all over it. But was that really a hit?
Hard to say. It's kind of regional.
Hard to say. All right. The band, the Cardigans, great band. Song Loveful. Gentlemen, what do you think? Great song. Great. There's so much in. Oh, wait a minute. Stephen Schnee. I love Gary Newman's output until about 2000. Now he sounds like the bands he influenced.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Schnee? This happens to a lot of these artists that were very influential. Look at Kiss. They became a parody of themselves. Happens all the time. All right, there's a lot in here, but let's keep moving. All right, let's go to Todd Evans after I delete this graphic. All right, Todd Evans, go ahead.
My good for this round is Pop Music by M. Guy named Robin Scott does pretty much everything on that. Yeah. If you've never heard the album New York, London, Paris, Munich, the whole album is great. The album is a little bit more disco than pop music is. You know, pop music is kind of new wave. The album's a little more disco, but great songs. His second album was The Official Secrets Act, which was weirder. And this third album was Famous Last Words, which was even weirder than that. But Pop Music was a #1 on the U.S. Hot 100, and it was on the chart for 24 weeks. And I absolutely love that song.
Yeah, I still like it.
The bad. I don't have much to say about this song. I don't think there's much you can say about this song. Living in a Box by Living in a Box. Oh, my God.
I remember it, but I can't remember how it goes.
It is so 1987. And I like a lot of things about 1987, but everything I don't like about 1987 is in this song. U.S. Hot 100 peaked at number 17. It was on the chart for 15 weeks. And holy cow, do I hate that song.
All right. Fair enough. Look at that. You were short and sweet. I'll give you that. All right, Jamie, let's throw it over to you.
All right. In 1994, I fell hard for a girl named Angel. And she lived with her boyfriend. And you can imagine it didn't turn out well for this guy. Mm-hmm. But I used to tell her, I will treat you well, my sweet angel. So help me, Jesus. That probably didn't help me score any points being cheesy like that. But I'm going to talk about Possum Kingdom by the Toadies, which is last time I heard this, I was in a Home Depot. And I was in the hardware aisle, and I was rocking out hard to it. And the thing about this song is it's very disjointed. And I think it's like over 5 minutes long. But that's part of its charm, the disjointedness and the length of it. And it does rock out with that I will treat you well, my sweet angel part. Plus, it brings me back to 94.
Well, I think that track is catchy. I still like it.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah. But
I don't go to the right Home Depot.
But Jamie, how's that album as a whole, though?
It's the whole album is a bit disjointed. These guys still put out music, and they have quite the cult following. Mm-hmm. You know, they're like a heavy alternative band with weird song structures. It's decent. I haven't listened to the whole thing in a long time, but I love that song. Angel and I are still friends to this day. And then Bad. So this album came out this past week, Dolly Parton, where she does rock music. Why did you buy it? Because she does a song with Pat Benatar. I had no choice. I had to buy it. So she does a version of Freebird, and she's getting, ripped on by a lot of purists out there. You don't redo Freebird, Miss Dolly. I love you, but don't redo Freebird. Well, at least she has Gary Rossington playing guitar on it before he passed away, and they worked in Ronnie Van Zant's vocal into it, so she's almost doing like a duet. And it's 10 minutes long, and there's a big fiery guitar solo at the end that lasts for 3.5 minutes or whatever. So if you think this is bad, let me remind you of this musical outfit called Will to Power. And they did Baby I Love Your Way by Peter Frampton, and they merged in the most lame version of Freebird that could ever possibly be done. It's like, how lame do we make it? Let's go for the throat on lameness, and they did. It's terrible. This whole song is, I never liked Baby I Love Your Way to begin with, but then they work in the Ling Freebird, and this is terrible.
That being a hit is a real head scratcher.
Yes.
I don't even think I paid attention to it. I'm not even sure I've ever heard it.
Who?
It was everywhere in like what, 89 or something.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I was too busy
88.
listening to Def Leppard. That was a lie.
No, you were actually.
No, I wasn't. I couldn't stand it. Okay. Oh my God. All right. We'll come back to the chat. People keep chiming in. Let's go over to Peter Kerr and get his next two.
Okay, well, there are some songs that you listen to and you go, that sounds English. That sounds American. That sounds Australian. This song, to me, always sounds Canadian. And I'm talking about Safety Dance by Men Without Hats. I can't explain it. I like this song. Maybe it's the folksy, whimsical side to it. I know a lot of people would say you're in the wrong category, Peter, but it's one of those unexplained ones. I like it a lot.
They did have a second hit in the 90s, though, where in the video, people dressed up like rabbits and stuff.
It was the
they had Pop Goes to the World, but I think it's closer to, I think it's like 85 or something like that. I might be wrong, but I like that song too.
But didn't that album, I think that album got a lot of good reviews at the time. I think it got better reviews than Rhythm of Youth. I don't know. I think that
other one, yeah.
I think they're an underrated band. No one talks about them.
I've got the album. It's decent and it's really quirky and it's just very Canadian. I can't explain it.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's all good.
The Bad. This is another one I probably can't explain because a lot of folk will probably like this. Rocky Burnett with Tired of Towing the Line.
I
absolutely loathe this song.
I don't like that either.
I don't even think I know it.
I don't know it. Some of these 70s ones came and went while I was listening to, I don't know, Peter Pan records.
Yeah.
Because Jamie's so much younger than us.
That was a good call, Jamie.
Yeah, look, this was a number one hit. I think it did chart in America, and I don't know if it's the trombone, that old time rock and roll feel to it. I just hate it. Anyway,
I don't know if I even know it. All right, let's look at. Oh God, here we go. Oh well, this is interesting. Ryan Porter, Faith No More, epic, good and bad. Gentlemen, what do you think?
I agree.
No, good, all good.
You think it's good, Jamie?
Yep.
It's all good.
It's all good. All right.
I feel bad for the fish at the end, though.
Oh, my music. John, for God's sake, the Humpty Dance. I'm assuming you like that.
Is that a regional song or something?
Digital Underground?
Yeah. I know you don't like it, John. I know the way you're wired. I know you don't like it. Let's look. Springsteen ripoff, Rocky Burnett. Do you think that's true?
When you think about it a little bit, yes. Yeah.
All right, this one's horrible. This is I Get Knocked Down. That's horrible.
I almost picked that one.
Here we go. 94 watch and just 14. Hey, everybody, 14 likes. We've got 95. Come on, leave a thumbs up. If we do this for you. Well, we do it for ourselves, to be honest, but we do it for you. So leave a thumbs up. How about this? Was Not Was Dinosaur. Awful.
I don't mind that song.
Not a
That's
fan
kind
of
of
that
quirky.
Yeah, it's quirky.
Quirky. Yeah.
Walk the Dinosaur. Right?
Oh, God, here we go. When I'm With You, Sheriff. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
Oh, DC. For God's sakes, DC.
Oh, come on.
Safety Dance is a wall puncher for you. Calm
Stone
down.
Cold Canadian classic.
I'm gonna have to ban you.
It's the Safety Dance. We don't want violence.
We don't like violence. All right, John.
Yes,
is 99 Loof Balloons by Nina good or bad? I think it's great.
Good.
Decent.
Both versions.
No, bad. John.
Bad.
Wait a minute, Todd.
Bad.
Bad?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Michael digs the Safety Dance because he's from Canada. See, it's a Canadian thing. How about Midnight Oil, Beds Are Burning? Well, Jan, is it good or bad?
It's good.
I know what Peter Kerr's going to say.
Blue Sky Mining is a better album.
It is. You're right.
Well, whatever. It's still great. The Waitresses, I know what boys like. Great.
Great song.
Great.
They have a great Christmas song. What's the Christmas song? Christmas Wrapping.
All right, let's get back to it. Oh, wait a minute. Thunder Island by Jay Ferguson is amazing. Yes.
I like that one.
What was the other one? Shakedown Cruise? Is that the other Jay Ferguson song? It's great. All the Jay Ferguson stuff is great.
You guys are down to 14 minutes, and we got a lot of music.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
I reckon we do too.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a lightning round. One last round. Name everything.
One last round, lightning, because Peter Kerr's got to leave. All right, everybody, go ahead. Todd, go.
Are you gonna go on your?
Oh, it's me. I'll go real fast. Shit, I can't keep track. I'm hosting and doing this. One that I really like. Oh, crap. There's a fail right there. You can't see it. All right, here we go. Good one. New England, Don't Ever Want to Lose You. Great record. It's almost power pop. It's almost prog. Produced by Paul Stanley, 1979. Great. They should have got more than they ever got.
I saw them open for Kiss in 79.
I think it's great.
I like their second album even better.
There you go. I think it's great. Bad Lobo. Me and You and a Dog Named Boo. When I was a kid, I liked it, but when I listen, oh no, I screwed up the graphics. Me and You and the Dog Named Boo, I can't stand it. Hate it. It's catchy, but it's horrible. So there you go. All right, Todd Evans, go.
Oh, do you want to do two? Are you going to
do all
two?
Four?
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I did two. Do two.
No, I mean.
Now we all got 4 left. So
just do 4. Todd, go through it.
Oh, okay.
Right, go ahead, Todd.
Right.
Do it.
I'll do 4. I'll go good, bad. How about that?
Do it.
Okay. Good. I wanted to put an R&B song on here because there are some that I really like, and this one I like a lot. The System, Don't Disturb This Groove. They are classified, according to Wikipedia, as synth pop and R&B, which I think is kind of cool. Really smooth vibe to it. Great vocal, great soulful vocal. They were on Mirage Records, distributed by Atlantic. Mirage Records had other R&B like Shannon and Brenda K. Starr. They also had Gary Moore and Whitesnake. So there you go. They are almost not a one-hit wonder because they have a previous hit called You Are In My System, but it only got to number 64. Don't Disturb This Groove got to number 4 and was on the U.S. chart for 21 weeks. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'll make this brief, I promise. I'm going to go with Four Non-Blondes, What's Up? And the first thing I'm going to say about it is, why is it not called...
Jamie, I told you. I gave you a heads up.
Why is it not called What's Going On?
The jury has spoken.
It's hideous.
Linda Perry wrote a Cheap Trick song because this always goes back to Cheap Trick. She wrote
It
Perfect
all goes
Stranger.
back to Cheap Trick. Yeah.
It's on the Rockford album. But when she says that part that starts with "and I try" and ends with "for a revolution," I'm not going to sing it like she does. Oh my God, I hate it so much.
It's my head want to explode.
But
it's a masterclass in awfulness.
I do want to say that Linda Perry is kind of a cool lady, and I really kind of want to like her. She went on Letterman to do that song, and she had her guitar. She had a sticker on it that said "Dyke." She's an out lesbian. And the producers of Letterman asked her to switch out the guitar, and she said no. And they said, okay. So when they filmed the song, they featured the sticker on her guitar prominently, and she thought that was cool. But anyway, that's kind of
cool.
Four Non-Blondes tribute. I really want to like her. I really do. She seems like a cool lady. So that's my positive. That's my glass half full. My next good one, this is somebody who should not be a one-hit wonder, Duncan Sheik, Barely Breathing. Excellent, smooth, acoustic-based kind of arrangement. Unique vocal. The guy doesn't sound like anybody else. He's a huge talent, and he's got lots of really good albums. So those are all worth discovering. In fact, I actually think that the first one, the one that has Barely Breathing on it, is not one of the better ones.
What's the better one? Give me a better one.
There's one called Daylight that came out in the early 2000s, and there's one called Phantom Moon, which is just phenomenal. Great. But that song was a big hit. Number 16 was on the chart for 55 weeks. 96, 97. It was, I remember it from 97. It must have been right on the edge of the year.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that album came out in '96. And then my last bad is, of course, Right Said Fred, I'm Too Sexy.
Oh yes, I was going to bring that up.
That's a classic. Damn it,
two brothers,
Todd.
Richard and Fred Fairbrass. Richard Fairbrass, the singer, is in the video for Jazzin' for Blue Jean by David Bowie. He's the bass player. Little trivia. He's kind of a tool. He speaks often in support of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. I don't want to talk about politics, but he's also really there shouldn't be any COVID restrictions, even though he was in the hospital for COVID and almost died. So he's really a douche. So I don't feel bad about picking him, but that song was number 1 and was on the US chart for 21 weeks. Oh, God, and I will say in closing that this Contrarians t-shirt that you can get at a link down below is Too Sexy for Me.
Wow, Todd.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. Excellent. All right, Jamie.
That song is right up there with Geraldo's Rico.
No one mentioned that one.
All right, my good one is from one of my favorite albums of the 90s, and that is Bloodletting by Concrete Blonde and Joey. Joey is a great song, and I would say side 2 of this album is a perfect side, not a 5-star songs all the way across on side 2. And this kind of reminds me of Four Non Blondes, the voice style, and they got blonde in their names and everything like that. Bad. The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, the impression that I get. Here's the thing with ska in the 90s. It was cute for about 100 minutes. What 100 minutes? When I watched Swingers. There's a lot of ska and big band music in Swingers. So I liked it for a minute when I was watching that movie. It was cute. But then it got old real quick.
What's that face that guy makes in the videos? It's like,
I don't know. And then there was like Cherry Poppin' Daddies and all that crap.
Yeah, why was there a big ska thing? Did that get triggered by No Doubt? I'm just curious.
You know what? I even listened to that Tragic Kingdom by No Doubt, and there's songs on there I used to like that I don't really like anymore.
Yeah.
Good. So back in Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh is a great town. It's my hometown, but we don't have that star that came from Pittsburgh really that much. That big rock band. We got Donnie Harris, but I thought maybe in the 90s, Rusted Root was going to break through with Send Me On My Way, Send Me On My Way, but it was just one hit and that was done. I think it's on an Avis commercial. As of like a couple years ago, I saw it on an Avis commercial, or something like that.
Just the instrument part.
Was it with OJ? I can't remember.
So good.
No, way after that.
I know.
So, and I saw them at a Battle of the Bands, believe it or not, before they got a record deal, and they won. And then my last one was already brought up, Ice Ice Baby. I worked at a record store when that thing came out, and I was just confused to why people were buying that album, that cassette so much. I was upset every time someone asked me where it was. It's over there in the corner. So yeah,
that used to be one of those CDs where you would try to look. It was one of those CDs that you could never find. But back in the day, when I was doing a lot of selling on eBay and stuff, it was one of those CDs that went for some money.
And remember the douchebag Vanilla Ice? He was like, I didn't copy Queen. Queen goes da 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 da, and I go da 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 da, or something like that.
Well, Vanilla Ice, he's good at home renovation.
He said, I go da 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 da. That's what he.
Something like that.
Extra one at the beginning.
I do an extra da.
All right. So everybody in the chat, we will get to you. Let's go to Peter Kerr because Peter Kerr has to go.
Yep.
Peter Kerr, go ahead. Wrap yours up.
Okay. With the good, this is a guilty pleasure. I'm going to pick Maniac by Michael Sembello. I love that song, and it's got a ripper of a guitar riff. Tell me that anyone who doesn't like that guitar lead break in the middle of the song. I love that song. With the bad, it's like shooting into a barrel full of goldfish. Billy Ray Cyrus. Achy, breaky heart.
Yeah,
I've got nothing to say.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It just created this whole shit kicker heaven of line dancing, the whole genre.
pop.
But you know what? In the early 90s, there was that string of hits by people like Clint Black and Alan Jackson and stuff like that. I think he ended it.
He really didn't start it, he ended it?
I think he ended it.
But Peter, was that big in Australia?
Yes, it was. And
really?
Everyone would be going to their clubs and their pubs and start
I feel like I need
line
to
dancing
apologize
lessons.
for that as an American.
Yeah, we should apologize to you, Peter.
I think everybody already knows we're sorry.
Well, that's why it's Thanksgiving. You're sort of Thanksgiving. Sorry
true.
about Billy Ray Cyrus and all that sort of stuff.
True.
Okay, the last one. Who doesn't like Mickey by Tony Basil? I think it's just perfect power pop, a little bit punky. I mean, Tony Basil's been around forever. I mean, she was in Easy Rider, The Last Detail.
She did if you saw the Monkees movie Head, she did all the choreography for that, and that scene where she's dancing with Davy Jones, it's her.
Yes. She was like the Paula Abdul of her era. She's done all these different sort of, and she looks fit. Look at her up on YouTube. She looks much younger and she looks fantastic for her age. And but this song, I think it's a classic and just infectious, catchy, new wave. And I actually put this as the worst song out of everything that we've heard tonight. This is the bad. This is the most mawkish, cheesy song ever. And I'm talking about Don't Worry, Be Happy by Bobby McFerrin. That makes me want to just have a lie down.
Hurl.
Yeah.
In 1988, though, you could not escape this. They played this on the radio non-stop.
It was on T-shirts. It was on bumper stickers.
It's not a song. It's a slogan. It's like marketing. Yeah. It's like, Frankie with Relax. Now Bobby McFerrin did his own little marketing slogan. It's awful. And it was in that movie Cocktail, wasn't it? Or
I think so.
Maybe, probably. Yeah. I don't know.
And look at the cover. It's like, I did that.
Not that it counts or anything. Even won a Grammy. It just shows that the bar is really set low for Grammy Awards.
Yeah.
You guys are silent, so you must be just unanimous.
Well, I can't
mulling over this.
But to be fair, Peter, I haven't heard that in years. They don't play that anymore on anything.
Well, Taco last week, Bobby McFerrin this week. We bring back the oldies, don't we, Todd?
Yeah. And I actually have a story about him. When I was on the University Union at University of Georgia, he came to our school to do a show, and one of my friends picked him up from the airport, and she said that he was just as annoying in real life. She said he was sitting back and he doing this shit like this? His feet on my dashboard, like with his shoes on and making shoe prints on my dashboard. He was so annoying. And I was like, sounds about right.
Well, that reinforces my hatred for this song. To the power of 72.
You should feel good about that. Yeah. All right. Super. Excellent. Well, let's get to the chat. We're winding this up pretty damn soon. Breakfast at Tiffany's. Great.
I don't like
No.
I like that song. It's all right.
All right. Green-Eyed Lady by Sugarloaf. Uncle Meat.
That's kind of cool.
That's good. One-hit wonder. It does apply. Sausalito Summer Nights by Diesel. I like it.
Yeah, I kind of like that one.
Yeah.
Sugarloaf reminded me of Got a Line on You by Spirit.
It does. It's very similar. Good. Icicle Works Whisper to a Scream.
Yeah, and another example of definitely the best song on that album. Holy cow, is that the best song?
How about Come On Eileen?
Yeah, you got to
That's slightly annoying.
Yeah, but
they're a great band, but that's not one of their better songs.
Now, let me ask you this, Peter, because I know you have to go, but I have to ask you real quick. I don't think I've ever really listened to their Dexy's catalog. Is this like an outlier song?
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of they were going for a Northern soul feel on this song and some of their other songs, but they're very sort of versatile, different genres.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind it. I haven't heard it in a while, but how about Real Life, Send Me an Angel? That they're going to be on the 80s. Classic. I'm going to see them in February. Oh, there he goes. Robert Tepper, No Easy Way Out.
Oh yeah, no, I was just about to say that that one's okay. I don't love it.
Harlem Shuffle by Bob and Earl. Renee, what?
I'm not familiar with that one.
I don't know what that is.
Did the Stones remake it?
I don't know. Iron Butterfly and Agata Davida. D Rocker thinks it's great. Gentlemen.
I like to bust it out every few years.
Yeah. It's okay. Oh no, Scott, we haven't even got to this yet, but it's going to be mentioned once I get to it. Rentals, Friends of P, great. Ryan Porter, that's a Weezer offshoot. I like it. Chilliwack, Gone, good. She's So High, isn't that? Help me.
I can't think of it either.
She's So High is.
I'm exactly where you are, Grant.
the band that did. Brain problem. Sorry, everybody. Sister Havana by Urge Overkill is a classic. Those Urge Overkill albums kill, and they also killed my hearing. Squirrel Nut Zippers, Hell Was Great. I don't know. I can't
Part
remember.
of that ska thing.
All right. Well, it's 8:02. We're not going to get to everything. You guys are all over it. So let me finish up with the ones I'm going to talk about. I'm going to go with a great one. Now, you guys, no one picked this, but I'm going to go with, oh, crap. Can't see it because user error. Martin Briley, The Salt in My Tears. You guys remember that track?
I do.
Great track, great guitar part. Martin Briley tried. This is the only hit he ever had. And I think he ended up writing songs for other people later on in his career.
Is that a Hypnosis album cover?
No, I don't think so. It's a great album cover. We used to play this when I was in the band back in the 80s. We used to play this. But I think I still like it. It never gets old. Now, one that I'm going to hate is David Geddes' Run, Joey, Run. Todd Evans, you remember that?
Just barely.
Run, Joey, run,
YouTube
Joey, run. It's horrible. I had the 45 when I was a kid. I can't stand it. Absolutely hideous.
Big Tree Records put out some of your favorites, Grant. Lobo.
They did.
This.
Lobo. I hate Lobo, and I hate David Geddes. Absolutely hideous.
Some of these songs I feel like from the 70s, we just went down the track list of a 1970s K-Tel album.
Well,
oh yeah, you could.
Kinda. One that I love. Well, all right. Walter Egan, Magnet and Steel, I think is a classic. It's still played on the Yacht Rocks on Sirius XM. I think it's great. It's got Stevie Nicks, Lindsey Buckingham backing Walter Egan. In fact, they backed him on his first two records. I think Magnet and Steel is a classic. I love it. I still can listen to it. A bad Terry Jacks, Seasons in the Sun on Bell 1973. I hate this song. And I've also, the Beach Boys considered doing this. I've heard a version of Carl Wilson from the Beach Boys doing. I think it's hideous.
I'm really glad they didn't.
I'm glad they didn't. When I was a kid, I liked it. But I listen to it now. It's kind of like Cats in the Cradle. Kind of makes me cringe, even though I.
And what was Tracy Ullman's song? Totally forget. She had one.
Well, it was written by Kirsty.
They Don't Know is the only one I can
They Don't
think of.
Know.
One?
Okay. Yeah, that's a great song. You don't like it, Jamie?
Yeah,
I
remember.
think
It's kind of
wonderful.
quirky.
Christy McCall wrote it, and she did a version of it, which is classic.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, we're wrapping this dog up. Let me look at this real quick. All right. Starbuck, Moonlight Feels Right.
From Atlanta, Georgia.
I like it. That was
They played it at one of my sister's proms because they got booked before that song blew up.
All right. The Parish. Never Giving Up. Never Going to Give You Up by Rick Astley.
Oh, God, I still got to play that in my house because my wife loves it.
I agree. That one is also good and bad.
I think it's much more of I think females dig this more than males. That's
and
just
Thompson
my
Twins. What was it? Hold My Hand or something?
hold me now.
Hold me now, but they've
Hold
got
Me
more
Now.
hits though.
I love Thompson Twins. Love it. All right, here we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, DC. These are a lot of the same picks I had on Wall Punchers. Well, I can't help it. Dixies are a great band, according to Jan. I get it. Byron, MTV used to play Martin Briley a lot. True. Tomorrow, Silverchair. Remember that? Catchy. No
Yeah,
good,
not
Jamie.
a fan.
I thought it was catchy. I don't know. Stone's Harlem Shuffle is a cover. All right, I had no idea. By the time the Stones did that, I'd checked out a long time ago. All right, how about this? Mexican Radio by Wallet Voodoo.
Good one.
Great. Dan, Seasons in the Sun, horrid. David Lee Roth, Just a Gigolo. I think it's great.
Yankee Rose was a bigger hit than that.
Yeah.
Radio.
Well,
hit. I don't know.
This is one hit
40.
wonder, though. He did have a couple of hits, so this really doesn't qualify.
Yeah. And California Girls was a bigger hit than that.
It was.
Byron,
right.
Picking Up the Pieces by Average White Band, they had more than one hit. Come on, people. You got to bring it. Come On Eileen was the worst ever. All right. Oh, Andy Pratt, Avenging Annie. You guys remember that?
I do not.
The Raisins, a band from the Cincinnati, did a cover version of it. It's very catchy, but no one knows Andy Pratt anymore. All right. Well, I'm going to wind this dog down. All right. Yeah, we talked about this, Uncle Meat. A great one is Green Eyed Lady by Sugarloaf. Great.
That cool.
Who was
little,
the chick from Carol Burnett
riff.
who was saying The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia?
Oh, that's definitely one hit wonder. Vicki Lawrence.
Vicki Lawrence.
Yes, Vicki Lawrence.
All right. Cool. Well, I want to apologize if I couldn't get through all your comments, but hey, it's all about talking music. It's all about talking these one-hit wonders. It's all in good fun. As long as we're talking music, it's great. And let me get rid of this comment because I keep putting them up there. All right. Well, thanks everybody for showing up. It was fun. We will be back next week, I would assume, though we haven't talked about it yet. Who knows what the topic is, but we will be back. I want to thank Peter Kerr, Todd Evans, and Jamie Laszlo for being here. We will see you, and we're going to wrap this dog up, but leave comments, and please leave a like if you haven't. We will see you back next week for yet another live chat on the Contrarians. All right, everybody. We'll see you
later.